coming off a home defeat, which is always difficult for us to accept, but there's nothing left to do other than to accept and to learn from why we weren't able to win that game and move forward. And we've done that. We've analyzed the game, the reasons, and identified the areas of where we need to improve in. And I think it's nothing new, nothing earth-shattering. It's a repeat of things in the past. So as we make steps forward, sometimes we make steps back, and it was a little step in the wrong direction. But the week in training has been excellent, today included, and I'm looking forward to seeing a response from our group this weekend.
Thank you, Coach. We have a number of questions on Zoom. We'll start with Daniel Adams. Daniel, go ahead.
Hi, Steve. Thanks for your time today. I appreciate it. I know you talked about the last match and how you've had time to review the performance. How would you assess the team's performance from that game? What lessons or adjustments are you carrying into the Austin match?
I spoke a little bit about it after the game against Vancouver. I think there are moments in a game where games can be decided, and I think in those moments we lacked a little clarity and quality. And you could even describe it as just awareness or being awake and alert, and maybe the seriousness of the moment, and not treating that moment with the amount of focus and concentration it needs. And that's all that was missing. And we've talked about those moments and triggers for those, and understanding when those will come about, because it's impossible to recreate moments like that in training. Games are games, and we're thankful that every game is different. Otherwise, it would be quite boring. And so, we've talked about it, and the players have responded well in training. And again, I'm looking forward to seeing those responses Saturday night.
Steve, road trips to Texas have historically been tough for LAFC. Do you approach things differently for this type of match?
No. They're difficult for a reason. It's hot. It's an away trip. Away games in general, I think you can say, for MLS teams are historically poor. So I don't think there's anything specific about Texas, nor do I want to make it a bigger deal than it is. So it's time that we change the narrative.
Thanks, Steve. Olivier Giroud's departure, it's a big moment for this club, both on and off the pitch. Do you feel the current squad has the pieces to absorb that loss? Are you hoping to pick up more pieces during the transfer window?
Yes, and yes. Look, it's a player that we don't have, or we're not able to use in the next couple of weeks before the window opens, so that hurts us. But we do have the opportunity to find a replacement come July 24th, and we're doing our best to do that.
Hey, thanks, Steve. First on Hugo Lloris, is he available?
No, he will not be.
He was listed as an arm injury. Can you expand on what's going on with him?
No more than he can expand his arm at the moment. So, no, it's just the extent of the injury. He should be back soon.
This was something he picked up during the Club World Cup?
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as going on the road, I know sort of zeroing on Texas.
No, sorry, correction. In training.
In training.
After the Club World Cup.
Okay, thank you. As far as the road results this year, 1 win out of 8. Where have you guys fallen short on the road for you, and how do you turn that around for the second part of the season?
Well, part of it is completing or using this transfer window to make us obviously a bigger threat offensively. I think that's part of it. There's no secret in teams who do well. They have tools up top that can hurt teams, and at home and away from home. And I would say we have very good attackers on this squad, and we have created a lot of moments. I think our expected goals, but other statistics would also paint a picture where we are underperforming as far as finishing goes. And I think that's really the story away, is that we aren't really finishing our chances. Also the story at home in the games we've lost. We're not completing the moments that we normally do complete. And that's what we're working on intensely in training.
And then just big picture for the second part of the season. You guys sit in 7th now, right around the playoff line. You obviously have games in hand. How do you look at this stretch? I think other than Miami, you have more games than anyone left. What emphasis do you, and perhaps new emphasis, do you place on the players over this next 17 games, and how do you manage them? It's a lot of games, not a lot of breaks.
Yeah, it's hard to manage. It's very difficult to manage. The schedules are not made for our roster sizes. I think that's very clear. Schedules are not made to make it easy on us. They are made on necessity, and so we accept the challenge, as we have in the last couple of years, of playing 50-plus games, and we'll do it again. And it's not easy, but for us, it's very clear. The message, and we started this morning with the group, the message needs to be result-oriented. We need results, and that's it. That's the bottom line.
And if I could just ask one more. As you spoke about after the match, sort of the individual plays versus playing within the team and the group perhaps may have been part of the reason for some of those struggles. How do you talk to the players about that? Obviously, you want their creativity and skills to show on the field, but you want them to play within the system that you have. Why does that sort of keep propping up as an issue?
It's a great question for the players. I think you should ask them.
I mean, I know you have input on that. You work with them and you see them and you watch the film. You have no sense of why that's happening?
Of course I do. No, that I'm not willing to share. But of course I understand what's going on.
Okay. And they understand that you understand, and you've spoken to them, and you think that those answers will come?
Absolutely.
All right, thank you.
All right, Max, you're up.
Thanks, Logan. Just with David Ochoa, obviously a great opportunity for him. Where has he put in the work? Where do you want to see him put in the work where he can get closer to being a legit number one in MLS?
Well, I think David has all the tools he needs. I think it's as simple as repetition. I think goalkeepers, it's no secret around the world, younger goalkeepers struggle to get minutes. Goalkeeping is a position, like a fine red wine. It takes time, and just pure repetition and minutes, I think he can turn into a wonderful keeper, even better than he is now. But he's a player who certainly has all the tools.
Thanks. Hey, Nathan, good to see you. Just first coming off the Club World Cup, how are you feeling? Obviously, you took a knock to the head, and just talk us through that, what you were feeling, and how you recovered.
Yeah, it was unfortunate play where I got caught in the back of the head through a free kick on our side, and I had to sit out through the World Cup, and I think the team showed a lot of effort, a lot of grit, and I'm just excited to be back. I'm happy the first game back went well.
Yeah. Something Steve talked about after the match on Sunday was sort of some of the attack was more individual as opposed to coming from the team. He said that he's addressed that with you guys. He didn't really want to share much. He suggested that we ask you, so I am asking you. Well, what's Steve's message in terms of the attackers? He wants you guys to be creative and show your skill, but also play within the system. How has he asked you to manage that and play within what his expectations are?
Yeah, I think they give us kind of like a baseline or like a big idea, and they just want us to work within the big idea. And I think sometimes we're really good at it, and sometimes we're not. And usually when we are, we win games. So should probably follow it.
Yeah. And so what's the difference from the days you are good at it and the days you're not? Why does that happen?
It could be a number of reasons. I can't speak for every attacker, but it could just be an off day for some guys or for myself. I mean, there's a number of reasons why it can't work out. The job's not easy as a forward. It's the hardest job, period. And sometimes it just doesn't work out.
And lastly, from me here, we're at the midway point of the season. 17 regular season games to go. Obviously, a very heavy schedule. considering all the pushback matches, very few full weeks to rest. What's the expectation from you guys over the course of the second part of the season?
I think we want to win games, but win games in a dominant fashion. I think, we kept up well with some of these European and other teams and the Brazilian teams in the Club World Cup, and, that level's higher. So I think we got to just bring it to the league and just show our level as well.
Okay, thank you.
Nate, can you just give us a preview about how you're feeling, how the team's feeling heading into this match versus Austin this weekend?
Yeah. I think I'm feeling confident going into it. I think the whole team is feeling confident and kind of itching for it. I think we need to get back to winning ways. We were in this undefeated streak for a little bit, and or not undefeated, but we had a little winning streak going and a tying streak, and I think we're trying to get back to that and just move up in the league. Hopefully, we could, get in that top half of it.
Great. Give us a little preview about how the team is feeling, how you're feeling going into this weekend against Austin.
Oh, I think obviously we're a little bit upset just because we lost against Vancouver. It's not good losing at home to a team that's missing a lot of players, but it happens, But we're looking forward. We're turning our heads around and looking in the right direction against Austin, and we're ready to take on that challenge.
You joined the team fairly recently. It's only been maybe about a month. How have you found it integrating with all the players and coming right in and having to go to a Club World Cup, playing these big games right off the bat?
No, I think it's good that we have so many games. It gives everybody opportunity just to get more familiar with everybody. I think it's very good to keep on playing games and keep growing together as a team and taking on more challenges, especially in the Club World Cup, facing some really good teams, really great teams, and then just coming back to MLS and showing our skills and talent for our league.
Thank you. Daniel, go ahead.
¿Qué tal, Frankie? Buenas tardes. Quería preguntarte primero que nada, ¿cómo se encuentra el equipo para este partido ante Austin, sobre todo después de la derrota en casa ante Vancouver?
No, pues sí, es algo que no queremos perder en casa contra Vancouver. Es algo pues que no queremos, pero pues con cabeza arriba para el próximo partido contra Austin afuera de casa. Tenemos mucha confianza, los levantamos muy rápido. Seamos un equipo que los levanta con el talento que tenemos y para el próximo partido vamos a darle todo otra vez.
Segundo, preguntarte el hecho de que ya pasó la mitad de la temporada, se acercan la última parte del torneo. Para ustedes los jugadores, ¿qué tan difícil ha sido esta transición de encontrar un ritmo, estilo de juego que el coach Cherundolo quiere implantar, sobre todo sabiendo de que él no va a estar para la siguiente temporada? ¿Cómo lo han tomado ustedes esa adaptación?
No, pues sí, sabemos que se va a ir, pero pues le vamos a dar todo para ser un equipo unido, juntos, trabajando juntos hasta el fin del año, pero pues ya sabemos que se va a ir, pero somos un equipo fuerte con él, vamos a dar todo juntos y nos faltan muchos partidos, lo más importante viene y pues seguir trabajando, seguir creciendo y darle todo para el fin del año.
Y por último, preguntarte, parte de la afición ha quedado molesta, sobre todo la forma, aparte del resultado, de la forma como se perdió este Vancouver en casa. Tú como parte del equipo, ¿qué mensajes le mandas? Sobre todo la frustración de ellos es el no saber qué estilo, qué prioridad de juego tiene el equipo.
Perdón, no escuché la primera parte.
Sí, la parte de la afición de LAFC quedó muy frustrada por el resultado del domingo, no tanto por el resultado, pero también por la forma de juego que ha mostrado el equipo, la falta de comunicación entre ustedes, el estilo. ¿Qué mensajes le mandas a ellos, sobre todo porque pues ellos ya han sabido apoyar y no dejan de alentar, pero la mayoría de la frustración de ellos es el no saber que este equipo tiene una identidad dentro de la cancha. Gracias.
No, pues sí, entiendo que están frustrados. También nosotros no queremos perder en casa con nuestra afición tan grande. Pero el mensaje es pues unidos juntos. Queremos ganar todos los partidos, pero obviamente no se puede, pero pues vamos a seguir trabajando muy fuerte para darle todo para la afición, al club y para nosotros. Queremos ganar el próximo partido y seguir creciendo y darle todo para la afición y el equipo.